Live on Runway DFW, it is the total lunar eclipse of 2024. Well, hello to our viewers, our early morning or late night viewers. This is the view of we're approaching the total eclipse of the moon here on, what is this now? Friday morning? Friday the 14th, is that right? Yes. So it's here in North Texas. We are in Denton County, Texas. We're about 50 miles away from the airport, so we're not at the airport. And this is our view of what will soon be the total eclipse, the total lunar eclipse. It is, as you can see, we have some interference from the clouds. We don't have a perfect view by any means of what's going on up there, but we'll make do as best we can. Thank you for tuning in. Austin E.B., a channel member, says good morning. Joni says nice. I'm surprised we have people up here this late. Lieutenant Narc's Connection 2025. Did I say a different year? I don't know. Seth Rubicalba says good morning. Brad West, greetings, insomniacs. Cat Bravo says, so cool. There's Kai, one of our moderators. And yes, I'm still up. We said that we would try to bring you this when we got home. And, well, there it is. Let me see if I can get some data as to what we might be expecting here in terms of timing, because I know that's important. And we're not going to be here for the whole shebang. We hope to be here to see the moon be eclipsed and then go into its blood red phase, and then we'll watch that for a little bit, and then we'll sign off, because I've got to get to bed too. We only have one camera, so occasionally, and we don't have any kind of a fancy schmancy tracking motor on our tripod, so we're going to have to adjust the angle of things here on a fairly regular basis to try to keep things in view. Let's see, make sure that the time is correct on our lower left-hand corner of the screen, just before 1 a.m. here in the central time zone of the USA. So I'm trying to get some times, see when this will go fully let's see here. Stand by. I know it was here somewhere. Okay, so here's the timing. The eclipse started at 10:57 p.m. Central Time. So that's when the Earth's shadow began to cover the moon. The total eclipse is at 1:26. That's when it starts locally here. So we're about 25 minutes away. So we'll see if the moon will cooperate with us this evening as far as remaining in our view. It's not the moon, really. It's the cloud cover here in North Texas. Well, Lieutenant Nark says, good morning, by the way. Wellington Flights Live. Hey there, Kevin. 11, well, hello, everyone. Friday at 7 p.m. there. Well, I guess you're in, I don't know. I don't think you're in a position over there to see the eclipse. I know that North America can. Luke Jensen, channel member, says, greetings from Farmers Branch, all plane and astronomy lovers. Wouldn't it be cool if we had an airplane flying through the eclipsed moon? That's not much chance at this time of the day. Austin E.B. had one of the busiest weeks in my whole life. Happy to relax in this live stream with lovely people. Kai says, I'm glad it worked out. Well, you know, if it goes if it completely clouds over, we're not going to have much to show you. Jet says, cloudy in Mobile, Alabama. Mrs. Runway DFW, just a few yards from where I'm standing, with a message to all. Tim Heasley, channel member, says, good night, Walt and everyone. Thank you for the great show. Appreciate that. Wally de los Santos says, good morning. And San Antonio, Texas. And the missus claims to be running outside in pajamas now, saying hello to everyone. In the background. Seth says, a special edition late night broadcast. Love it. Well, a big gust of wind to get some of these clouds out of the way as we approach the point of Totality, which is to the west of us. Joni, with an exclamation point, winter storm warning in Las Vegas. Winter storm? Las Vegas, really? Wow. Might have to turn off the autofocus here so we don't keep going in and out. Oh, the missus is right behind me. I'm going to turn off the auto. Hold on a second here. Turn off the autofocus. It's hard to focus when it's... Okay, so... No, I don't need that. Thank you. Say hello, Mrs. Runway DFW.
Hello.
Wait, come over here. Nobody can see you. Just come over here.
I'm in my pajamas.
Okay, we're not going to show you in your pajamas. It's a very pleasant evening out here tonight. That was a first, lady. That's the first sound of DFW on Runway DFW after 3.5 years. Be my sidekick.
No.
Come on. Say hello. We have almost no audience.
That's okay.
But the audience we have, I very much appreciate. Hey, there's Pittsburgh Dawn up there in Pittsburgh. Eclipse DFW. Austin EB, Astronomy DFW. We're not going to change the name of the channel. Debbie Ann says it's cloudy and raining here in Norfolk, England. Can't see it at all. I don't even know if the... Of course, it's early in the morning there, is it not? But I don't know what parts of the world can see this celestial event, but we can kind of see it. Apt says, I just hope the clouds don't ruin this. Wally wants to know if I can focus up a little bit, because it's a little blurry. Well, the fact is, there's nothing to focus on because that's as focusy as I can get it right now. Because again, we're You can kind of see it going by. You see the clouds going by in front of the moon. The moon didn't disappear. I'm turning down the brightness, or our exposure, so it'll make the moon appear less bloomy. So when it does emerge from behind the clouds, we can see the surface of it. You might even hear a train whistle in the background, as we have a freight train line about 2 miles to the east of us here. Snowy says 105 here in Oklahoma City. When will it start? Well, the eclipse has started. The lunar eclipse has started. But the schedule has it being total starting at about 1:25 a.m. And as you can see on the clock on the screen there, it's 1:07 a.m. here now. So this happens a little more slowly than if you're accustomed to a solar eclipse. That kind of goes by pretty quickly. Don says, apparently we are in Totality here in Pittsburgh. I did not know that. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty uniform across the country, but I may be wrong. Wally de los Santos says, what is her name? The beautiful Mrs. Runway DFW. Her name is Charlene. And Wellington Flights Live, yes, this is exclusively from the Runway DFW El Rancho.
Will it be red tomorrow?
What?
Will it be red tomorrow?
No, it'll be red as soon as it goes.
I mean, this is it?
No, when it gets, it's not fully eclipsed yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is a question for Mrs. Runway DFW. At 1:25,
Yes.
that is when it's supposed to be fully eclipsed, and that is when it should turn red, if we can still see it, which is not a guarantee at this point. JLS Plays says, I think I may see it. What direction is it in the sky? Well, where we are, it's almost straight up, but a little bit more in the southern sky. So kind of, I would say, if you look to the south and then look up, you should be able to see it, if you're in a position to see it. Sandy says, thanks so much for filming this. It's 35 degrees in Seattle, so don't want to stand out there and watch. Oh, plus too much cloud cover to see. Well, as you can see right now, there's too much cloud cover for us to see anything at the moment. Let me see if we can bump up our...
Oh, look. Black.
Yes.
Red.
Yeah, so... So please stand by for the moon. We are waiting now for the cloud cover to, the clouds to part so that we can see what's going on up there. But as you can see, we don't see anything right now. And that's not very exciting, is it? So we're still about 15 minutes away from the period of totality here. So if we can We'll just hold out for a little while and see what happens. We may be foiled by the cloud cover. I think Joni can hear the train, although we can't see her message because it's covered up by the please stand by. Oh, there's the moon again. All right, so it's trying to...
Hey, I see it. It's coming back.
Yes, my dear.
It's coming back, Walt.
Yes, I know, my darling. Kind of coming and going there. I know there's not a lot to look at. Be patient. Kai says 68 degrees Fahrenheit in Austin. Joni is making an appeal to the moon to come back. Not cooperating at the moment. Mrs. Runway DFW says she feels cheated.
This is it.
Put that over there so we can see your messages. UP Foamer says, well, I wasn't expecting this to pop up, LOL. We, if you're just tuning in, we are anticipating the total lunar eclipse at the moment. We have, however, cloud cover in North Texas, and it is not cooperating with us right now. So if you see a bunch of nothing, it's well, it's not intentional, and we only have this one camera, so all we can do is ask you to please stand by as we wait. Kimmy127, one of our channel members, says too cloudy in Denver to see anything. And channel member James Lozano says it's really cloudy in San Antonio. So there is something there. It's trying its darndest to peek out at us.
Maybe I should cut out a red circle and put it in front of the lens.
No, we're not gonna try to fool our viewers, Charlene.
Dangle it.
Well, it's kind of an experiment. What can we do? We're still with you, as is Pittsburgh Dawn. Immelman Whiplash says if a lunar eclipse happens in the clouds and no one is there to see it, does the Earth cast a shadow? Something to think about. Don says it's clear in Pittsburgh with a lot of stars, but I can't see the moon. I think I'm on the wrong side of the building. LOL. I think you've got to be kind of generally looking to the south and then up from there. Tim Heasley says clear night in western Pennsylvania. Ooh, look at this. We've got moon. Huh. Being very mysterious. Now, Kevin, Mrs. Runway DFW, was just suggesting something like that. He says, if all else fails, Mrs. Runway DFW can get a ping pong ball, then put some red cellophane over the camera and hang it in front of the camera. She's thinking about it, but no, we are not going to deceive our loyal viewers here. But we are approaching the moment of totality. We're about, about 7 minutes away. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can get a view of it for you. Well, the thing is, we don't have any ping pong. I don't think we have any ping pong balls. Roger Scott says, good morning all. Hello there. Joni says, we need some sci-fi music. What? Well, that spices things up a little bit, right? Adds a little production value. No, we ran out of production value.
What does that mean?
That's not going to work, Charlene. This is a telephoto lens. I don't know what you're holding in front of it, but not going to work. Sorry. Thank you for your... No, it doesn't focus. It wouldn't focus, Charlene.
Oh.
Charlene is trying to add to our broadcast by holding something round in front of the lens,
Yeah,
but
the little ball.
a little ball. Sorry. Well, Kai is in Austin, Texas, where it's perfectly clear. So glad you can see it. We may still, when we went to it was last April, in fact, when we were privileged to witness the total eclipse, the total solar eclipse, the clouds parted just in time for us to get a good view of it. So. Krishka Gula says, good morning, Runway DFW. Thanks very much for doing the stream until this time. Tim Heasley, channel member, says it's starting to turn red where he is. And I just ask you to bear with us while we wait these next few minutes, and we'll see if we get a view. If not, we'll just close things up and say, well, better luck next time, right? I should have put a little countdown timer on the screen, but this was kind of this was not planned out very well. We'll put the please stand by back on there. We're still looking into the sky at the picture, but since you're just seeing darkness, I want to make sure you're not thinking there's something wrong. Do not adjust your computer screens. Garav says, wow. What an amazing view. It does look a little reddish, doesn't it?
On the bottom. Yeah, look. How about that?
So we're approaching the moment when this is supposed to happen. I don't know how accurate my source was. It said 1:25 was going to be when we can expect to see totality, but of course the big part of the moon is quite reddish on our screen. I think we can almost see a star there to the right of the moon.
Walt, it's leaving. Tilt up.
Well, I can't. The problem is I can't because it's too high in the sky for my tripod. My tripod only tilts up so high. And I set the legs at a crazy angle so I could try to make sure that I could follow what was happening. So we're approaching the moment now when we should have totality. But as we have reported to you, we have cloud cover. So hang in there with us. Stingray said, poke my head out, but too overcast here in Albuquerque. Kai said it looks more red on the stream than it does in person. And that could be, it could be just a factor of the sensor. I see some breaks in the clouds above us, but the moon is not shining through one of those breaks right now. So we're just going to hang in there to see if we can get a nice clear shot of the eclipsed moon. It should be fully eclipsed at this time. We're going to put our standby slide up here as we await the break that we so deserve. Moon come back is the appeal from my dear wife. But yeah, we're not seeing anything right at the moment. But again, if we look from, and I don't have a wide angle lens to kind of show you the big picture of the sky right now. But the wind is coming from the south, and that appears to be where the clouds are coming from. And if I would swing the camera around, if I can, I'm not sure I can. Bear with me.
It's trying to come back.
Is it?
It's trying. See it, Walt?
Okay, hang on.
Get your damn eye thing out of there.
Well, I will as soon as I get something.
I see it.
All right, I see it too.
Get that thing out of there.
So we have something there. But because it's a little dark, I'm going to have to dial up the exposure. It's going in and out, folks. The moon isn't, but our view of it is. We got a little bit of it. Now the wind is picking up. I know, not much to see there. Moon. Scrambled Egg 81 says hello. We're trying our best to bring you live coverage of the total lunar eclipse. We are hamstrung by cloud cover. That may be as good as we can get right there. So the moon is essentially being lit by the Earth because the Earth is blocking the sun, if I understand how this works correctly. Stingray says, thanks anyway for trying. Yeah, we do what we can. Scrambled Egg 81 says it's socked in here in California. And Garav Avula says, are you streaming from the plaza? And no, we are not. We are at the Runway DFW Ranch, which is about 50 miles away from Founders Plaza. So there's no airplanes to see where we are. Lori M., one of our long-term channel members, says, happy lunar eclipse, y'all. Thanks for live streaming so late at night. Well, thank you for being a quad jet supporter of Runway DFW, Lori. Appreciate that. And, well, you know, I think we may have seen pretty much what we're going to see. I'm looking at the sky, and it looks like we're going to be seeing more clouds rather than fewer clouds. So, with that, we will conclude this special edition of Runway DFW. Yes, that's our Eclipse theme. We'll be back with you probably sometime, I guess. Well, it's Friday now, so tomorrow's Saturday. We'll be back with you with some more airplanes tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.